Hello, I'm Rhett, captain of the Custodians, and I'm about 2 hours in to my 6-hour export of a 20-minute video. I need a better computer. This is Rosie, by the way. Some of you may have seen her already in previous videos. This video is actually just a quick announcement. I'm starting our Patreon. What happened last time?
Shigaraki. Oh, no, sorry. Not Shigaraki. Twice.
Twice. Is there anything
That's
more
it.
we need to say?
Nope. Oh, I mean, there's Shigaraki.
So Twice has become a WMD.
Yep.
Of biomass, yeah.
Yep.
Hold on.
We
So
what?
in
What?
the flashback where he has to watch himself kill himself, there's blood everywhere.
Yes.
And since he didn't get hurt, we have to assume that those are his clone's blood. Which means there's an amount that you can remove from the body without them
We're not
disappearing.
having another conversation about cannibalism.
It's an infinite amount. And
We
I'm
have
not just
seen-
talking about cannibalism here, because Twice can
No.
make infinite chickens.
We have seen that his clones just turn to sludge. There is no.
After a certain amount.
No.
Then why was there blood, Gabe?
It could have been his blood. His blood.
No, it couldn't
Does he
have been
have the
his
scar?
blood.
Why not?
Because there was gallons of it all across the room.
I understand that, but this is the only way that makes sense because we've seen that the clones just turn into sludge. But hold on, speaking of Twice, Joe and me were having some. It was mostly
Joe
Joe,
and I.
but he had some kill yourself. We had some interesting conversations about Joe talking about how he thinks that Twice's clones inherit the memories of the people
Oh, I
that
thought-
they are turning into.
That they don't.
No, because you were like, oh, if they do, then why do they act?
Well, to a certain extent.
Because he
they'll
was saying,
only have-
oh, maybe Twice could help Shigaraki get his
Only with
memories
how
back.
much with only how much he knows about them.
Yeah, I think they'll have the memories up to when Twice is copying them from.
Mhm.
So if he were to copy Mr. Compress with 2 arms, Mr. Compress would have the knowledge of Mr. Compress with 2 arms. Is what I would understand there.
Yes, I was there just so I remember. Redestro has an anger quirk, I think. or
Yeah,
something.
we talked about that.
Yes. Fucking. I almost said Endeavor, but that's not Endeavor. It's Dabi. Dabi's fighting Ice Guy still.
It'd be a different.
Yep. I don't know. Shiggy killed his family. That was a
That
while
was a
ago.
while ago. Shiggy killed the building.
Oh yeah. Shiggy's really strong now.
Shiggy is
Toga's
minimum
really strong
building
now.
tier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Toga's really strong now. Spinner's
Bad
still a
little-
bitch.
Who knows? Maybe this episode entitled Tenko Shimura Origin will be about Spinner. Who knows?
Fucking
you-
finally.
Hey, you told us not to read the titles. I wasn't paying attention.
He deserves it.
He
Lizard
deserves it,
Man
bro. I
deserves
want fucking Spinner Origin.
it. He
God
got
damn
done
it.
dirty.
Apparently, they skipped over his shit and a bunch of Dabi shit apparently too.
Apparently.
In the manga.
So
yeah,
Twice
yeah.
can't create quirk destroying bullets, which is
Nope.
something we talked about a long time ago.
Also, Rhett, one of the comments, I was right. They did give the bullets to the doctor in the beginning. They did give it to him.
Oh, okay.
So I figured that would make sense because if anyone's gonna be able to do it, it's him.
So and
he's
then
not gonna completely give them the shaft and be like, oh, I'm not gonna help you until you tame Gigantomachia. Also
until you
Gigantomachia's
buy
son.
the expansion pass.
Yeah.
So Hannah Bata of the Hearts and Minds party is the bard,
Yeah.
and Maki is on his way.
Yeah.
He is currently en route.
Yeah, he is currently in route.
On the way.
Mhm.
On the way.
Yeah, no, but literally Hanabata is all like, "Oh, I can inspire you if I talk for a certain amount of time."
I don't know.
He's a bard.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bard, or he's got that one feat where it's like if you talk for 10 minutes, you get like, temporary hit
Like
points.
inspiring leader.
Yeah, it's like if you get like a 10-minute speech, you'll give 10 hit
Yes,
points.
in the middle of a fight, I'm gonna talk for 10 minutes.
Hey, when
It's
they
like
when they got the
it's like
bodies.
before the fight thing. It's like before the fight.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it a little bit more short. I think that's gonna be it for the video. Come back. No, that's gonna be it for the intro. Do any of you have anything more to say?
No, I
Shiggy
think
versus Redestro.
Shiggy.
I think Redestro is gonna surrender to Shiggy, and yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen.
Is because Shiggy's
We might
pretty
not
dead
get-
set on killing him.
We might not get this episode considering that it is titled Tenko Shimmer Origin, but who knows? Could be
Well,
wrong.
Todoroki, like Shoto Todoroki Origin was also named that, and the Todoroki slapped Midoriya's ass.
I'm just saying.
But I think we're just gonna get started. Before we
watch this
do,
episode.
please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on our social medias. Links are in the top of the description. Twitter is the best way to stay up to date with the channel. You get updated immediately as videos are posted, and then on Twitch, you get to watch us stream our next Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke, which I've put it.
What? He said,
I did it again. I did it again. I did. New game plus. We
We're
start
not
the
gonna
game
lose-
with
we're
our
not gonna lose
team.
Trunks this time, you guys.
We start the
That's
game
gonna be
over again,
different.
but we have like
not
our
gonna-
entire team.
We're not gonna lose our starter this time. I
We're not
promise.
gonna lose Shinx right away.
Nope.
Lit McQueen. No, we're starting another Pokemon Nuzlocke. This one will be set in the grand region of Johto, as
Yeah.
we play
My
through
region.
our
Baby.
Pokemon Soul Silver Nuzlocke. So please join us there on Twitch. Links in the top of the description. Once again, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started! Hello, welcome! We're the Custodians. I'm Rhett.
I'm Gabe.
I literally just did my name if they're coming from there. They already know my name.
Yes, and we are here with our My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 23 post discussion. So now we're going to get far more into the nitty-gritty, meaty portion of the
Juicy
video.
details.
Juice. So, yes, I think Twice could make things you could eat.
I mean, technically, yeah.
Yes, he absolutely could.
Technically, yes.
And the only
I
hiccup
wonder
is
what
whether or not you can
the
digest the clone.
macronutrient percentages are of Twice clone goop.
All right.
Or the micro.
So with
Would it be like nothing? Because wouldn't that kind of
Maybe.
like
We don't
destroy
know.
the universe if it was? Because it shouldn't. It should just evaporate and be nothing. Because he just creates
Does it?
infinite mass.
What happens to the sludge after like a clone goes away? Does it just sit there, or does it like?
Doesn't it disappear?
No, it doesn't.
We have no idea if what he's actually doing is like taking the atoms around him and just reforming them into something.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. Okay, I'll allow some stretches, MHA. Okay, that to make a fully functioning human being, no.
I'll just take
Sorry,
oxygen and get
I
all the
told-
required chemicals and
I
elements that
turned
I
this
need.
toilet into a human.
Hey, it's all about that equivalent
That's what
exchange, baby.
Skeptic
He's just a
does.
philosopher's stone.
I was just about to pull up the list for all the different ingredients to make a human being.
Is it like saltpeter?
From
you know,
Full
15
Full
kilograms.
Where is it? Let me fucking. Oh man.
And like various other trace elements, and I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You just don't know, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. 43 kilograms of oxygen, 16 kilograms of carbon, 7 kilograms of
Christ, it's
hydrogen,
just like-
1.8 kilograms of nitrogen, 1 kilogram of calcium, 0.78 kilograms of phosphorus. I don't think
Like, man,
twice is
Redestro, you
I
talk
don't
bunch
think
of shit
twice is a
being a bunch of air.
I don't think twice is a chemist.
It's just it just starts like that's what it kind of looks like. He looks like he just took like an air pump and just
Tiny, yeah.
Because he's still got the small head. He's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Talk about he can energy output stress. Like,
Yeah, because he
I
didn't
was
he didn't
close.
just get
I was
bigger
close.
buys. He didn't just get bigger buys. He started throwing bowling balls of energy at him. Like
I was close. I'll give myself like a 48%. Because I don't know. I've never heard of a power
37.
based on. I've never heard of a power based on stress.
well,
Like,
so
usually it's like anger.
like Hulk is known for the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. Though stress is a big part in that. with Hulk.
Wasn't a lot of people look at his quirk, his power. I almost said the Hulk's quirk. No, his power. It's like, oh, it's any emotion that he has turns him into the Hulk.
It's not
It's
any
not just
emotion.
anger.
It's not any emotion.
Like
well,
with
I guess
the-
it
the,
depends on
um,
which persona you're getting from the Hulk. But that's
I was gonna say, like, if you do it based off of the first Hulk movie, and it's like Bruce.
well, that was just his heart rate. Or the first
yeah.
Hulk movie, the 2003 Ang Lee one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, where because he was like, they're making out and stuff, and he's like, oh no, we can't because
that's
his
not the
heart rate
first
started
one.
going up.
That's the 2008 one.
Shut up. That one.
Eric Bana Hulk, I don't think ever got to have sex.
Really?
Um,
Oh, sad.
Uh,
Yeah, I just I've never heard of a power that was based on stress, so I was like, oh, it must be anger, but it was stress.
well, like anger is very much kind of like the anime power. Well, like
Mhm.
power based off emotion is like a pretty
big
tropey
trope.
thing.
Mhm,
Not that it's
for
a
sure.
bad thing. I eat that shit up.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's pretty tropey. But I think it's interesting because his power is specifically stress.
Mhm.
So it kind of like I wonder if he like almost puts more stress on himself.
He
So,
said that he stores it. He said that he stores up stress and builds it up.
So like he's
going to a psychiatrist. Now let's talk about your stress. Yeah.
no. Yeah, he's got that post stress clarity.
Post stress clarity.
But so he's the president of a company
Mm-hmm.
and the, I guess, self-appointed successor to
Destro.
to Destro.
Because doesn't he always have like a little bit right here? Didn't he always have like a little bit right here?
I think so.
Or did that just like appear?
and
in
by
order to
and
make
by
him-
self-appointed, I know that he is related to Destro, but
Does before battle, does do his buddies give him like stress ASMR, like a bunch of Jenga blocks slightly misaligned? It's gonna fall over. Teetering. It's tottering. It's gonna fall. I'm scratching a plate with a fork.
yeah, no, they
I'm
just go
doing
to
it
him
really
and
loud.
they just go to him and they're like, "Hey, read Destro, Supreme Commander. I can't remember. Did you turn the oven off before we left?" It's just like,
just racking up a shit ton of fake minor inconveniences for him.
it's like,
I'm
yeah,
just saying,
well,
it'd
see,
work.
his power's based off stress, but like he lives a carefree life. He's always smoking weed, like so we kind of have to build these up for him.
Uh-huh. I
Where
feel
it's
like
like,
you could.
Hey,
I feel like.
Destro, you left your car lights on all night. Now your battery's dead. He's just like,
I
The
feel
in-laws
like
are
you
coming.
could-
The in-laws are coming. The in-laws are coming.
I feel like having a quirk based off of, or just any power based off of stress, would be stronger than a power or a quirk based off of anger, because anger can be situational. Stress, you can get stressed out about anything, even if it's just minor stress. You know?
well, like, and to be fair though, powers in fiction that rely like on anger, typically they have very explosive, like up curves.
yeah, like, oh my god, your friend just died, or
You're
place is
pissed.
exploding,
You're now
or-
about to
Yeah.
absolutely throw the fuck down. That kind
like
of thing.
if my power was based off of stress, I would be fucking huge right now. I'm stressed out as shit right now. But I'm not angry, I'm just stressed all the time, you guys.
But
So no.
like, do you think that Reed Destro is gonna have a chance against Machia?
Against Machia? Fuck no. I think Machia and
Oh, welcome
Shiggy
back,
are
Kyle.
kind of fucking Jesus Christ.
Huh? I'm not sure. I'm
Tell him
just
to-
on Discord right now.
Tell him the fuck off. Tell him the fuck off.
not gonna tell them to fuck off.
I'll
They're
tell
just
them
saying
to
hi.
fuck off. Give me their numbers.
We're doing a fucking
Yeah.
video here.
Awesome. They like your captain's hat.
Thank you.
Joe, tell
No,
them
the
to fuck
Minnesota.
off.
He's in Minnesota. Says ahoy.
There we go. Now I got a good picture of it. It's almost
Are we
kind of
good?
like Jesus. I don't know. He's fucking huge in this.
He's not as
frame.
big as Gigantomachia.
Go to 12:15.
No, he's bigger than the buildings. We saw Gigantomachia is bigger than the buildings.
12:15, like when he's got the ball.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I feel like they do that at times when it's just changing an animation because he wasn't that big. Like, look at the size of his.
Like he could completely cover Shigaraki in his palm.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
He's like
that's fucking hilarious.
he's like
Look at-
20 feet tall.
Easy.
Yeah, he's huge.
Because like
But Gigantomachia is
Shigaraki's
still
what?
Gigantomachia is like towering over the buildings and shit.
Oh, and the best part is that they both canonically have reasons for their size to change. Like, like it's not.
So I think. Sorry, what were you
I was gonna say. So while it could just be like art inconsistencies, which happen, for sure, but it doesn't matter because it's like, well, I mean, he could have just gotten bigger in this shot. That's something he can do.
Yeah.
It's very interesting how the stress mode
Has like the
Like,
mask.
covers his body like that. Like it's actually like a suit now.
The
instead of
thing
just being
is,
a skin.
there's probably a cap for him because we saw how he was like, oh, liberation 80%.
And the thing is,
We don't know if there's a cap for Gigantomachia and how much he can grow.
fair enough.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's some kind of limit of some kind, but I doubt it.
Do
Or
we
at
know
least
who's
if
in
there
charge?
is one, it's not as low as it is for Redestro.
Do we know who's in charge of Detronat? Is it Redestro or
We know nothing about Detronat other than the fact that they make support items.
What do you mean? They own Detnerat.
Yeah,
What are you talking
they
about?
own the.
He's in.
MILF owns
He's the
Detnerat.
president of Detnerat.
Oh,
I meant like
did
specifically.
they say that specifically? Or I guess because we know what everybody else did, right? Like Curious worked for Shueisha, Hearts and Minds, Feel Good Inc. So I guess it would make sense for Redestro to
Guys,
run
wait a
Detronat.
second.
Hmm.
Where the hell has Sliding go then?
Well, like I said, they told him to hold back.
They told him, yeah,
Like,
because like as soon as they pulled up, he dipped.
yeah, as soon as the fighting started. So they were probably like, yo, if things start looking really bad, then step in. Like,
Yeah.
You can see a massive Sliding go on the horizon coming after Gigantomachia.
Like, Gigantomachia isn't running here, he's running away from
Away
Sliding.
from Sliding go.
I'm bringing the party to you. No, but I'm sure that there's some kind of cap for how large Redestro can become, considering that he's made a scale. And I'm sure that there's a cap on how stressed someone can be. Like don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's really fucking high. Like, oh my god, my life's in danger, I could die.
Or
I'm stressing out to high hell.
or-
But I don't think you can get more stressed out than that.
I wonder
Is-
if this places like a big physical burden on like his body
Maybe.
being in this state. Like, you know how stress obviously over periods of time is bad for your heart, and other conditions and shit. And it's like I don't know, like
that could be like a
seventh
drawback.
leading cause of death in the United States or something.
Mm.
But like, he probably can't maintain this for a long time.
Oh,
I feel like it just puts like a really heavy
His,
burden. on
hold on. What I was gonna say is, yeah, his like liberation 80%. That could mean like liberation 100% is his maximum, like that he can achieve.
Maximumer.
Or say he has like a stress battery, and that can go like that can store up an infinite amount of stress, right? So
Yeah.
the more stress, the stronger he can become. So if he just keeps piling on that stress, there's kind of no limit necessarily to how strong he can be, but the output is how much of that he is utilizing.
Mm-hmm.
So like how much is he revving the engines? Like if it's at 100%, maybe is he using all of like as much as he can, but he drains it faster? So 100% can be weaker or stronger depending on how much stress he actually has.
I mean, stress isn't something that just like goes away. You know, usually it kind of lingers.
Well, it seems like he just used his stress to use the move Shadow Ball. So
yeah.
Maybe he can get rid of stress like that.
Joe, why are there people in your room? I just don't understand it.
I live in a fraternity house. Why can't I have people in my room? They live here too. Say hi,
Anyways.
Granny.
No.
Hey, let's keep it safe for work, all right? I don't know.
I don't think they can
I don't
hear
know
us.
if YouTube likes nipples. But
We're gonna get struck on YouTube for showing nipples. I think we'll be fine.
so long as they're not yours, Gabe. But it's also, have you noticed that his pants have grown? Is that a detriment support?
I mean, I was wondering, I'm like, oh, does his clothes just like what? Because like he was humongous and his suit was still there, but then like once he went beast mode, then
It's
his
Armani.
his top came off.
Here was another thing I was gonna say. It's almost like it's reminding me almost kind of like Dark Shadow. So what if it's like instead of like this thing that manifests on the outside with its own agency, what if it's more of an internal thing, almost kind of like Venom, where it's something that kind of like it's something in him that can like form around him. I mean,
I doubt it. I don't think
it just
that's what
aesthetically
it is.
kind of reminds me of that.
It does. I mean, he kind of had. It almost looked like because like some of it was like outside of his skin and like connected down like strands on the side of his mouth, and it was like peering over his skin. So
I can only imagine this guy in school. Was he just like like in the middle of an exam? He's just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this," and left.
he's just humongous. Are you okay, Redestro? Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
Well, you asked.
I think I fucking flunked that as he's the only one left in the building. Is it like the building's gone?
You can imagine when he was a child. He just one day just grows.
Do we think that Shiggy's gonna be able to take him by himself, or is he gonna need Machia?
I mean,
I feel like he's gonna have to probably. I feel like Redestro is just gonna get bodied by Gigantomachia, and then
I think
Shiggy's gonna have to finish Gigantomachia. It's the only way he'll stop him.
I'm not sure because I'm sure Shigaraki is faster, and we've seen it. He is faster than Redestro.
He's really fast.
He's really fucking fast. But you know, Gigantomachia is coming, and he's specifically going after Shigaraki. I don't know if Gigantomachia would fight Redestro. You know, because he wasn't fighting the Liberation guys. He was just moving through them to get to Shiggy, and they just happened to be in his way. So maybe Redestro is going to be like, "Oh, I have to fight him," and he's going to try and fight him, and Gigantomachia is just going to be like, "Shiggy!" knock Redestro away, and I don't know. Maybe that's
What
good.
made him change names?
What do you who?
Shigaraki.
Shigaraki? I think that was All for One.
But why that name? I mean, because most of their names deal with their quirks and stuff.
Yeah. But he might have just been like, "Yo, your name's now Tomura Shigaraki," because I'm about to do this pro gamer move on All Might. I can't let him know.
Like 30 years later.
I can't let you know. Well, because it would only have been about 10 years at that point.
Or
'Cause
10, I guess.
it'd be more than 10, because he was 5.
It was like, what, 15?
Yeah,
or
probably,
so.
because Shiggy's got to be early 20s.
So,
But who knows? Maybe because it's all about like Machia is all about his master. He's all about All for One. So
Shigaraki, it doesn't. You can't find a meaning about the name of Shigaraki, but Tomura is Japanese for morning. Not like the morning, but like your morning.
Morning, yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense because he fucking murdered his family, but he didn't exactly seem sad about it.
The dog's paws.
Oh yeah.
Like, can you imagine that on his?
Well, like when you first introduced him, like, wait, that's weird. He's got a bunch of Are those dog paws on him?
Honestly, I don't know either.
Oh, no, here we go. Shigaraki. It is a type of stoneware pottery made in the Shigaraki area in Japan.
I'm sure that's what they're referencing. I'm sure pottery is what they're referencing.
No, the stone.
I think you're stretching there.
No, because there's a Shigaraki ware.
Because he's not turning it into stone.
No, I'm saying it's the quirk because turns them into like stone and then they disintegrate.
He's not turning them into stone though.
But visually it looks like stone, but then they dissipate. I'm not saying it's like Lord of the Rings when the fucking trolls that were gonna roast them alive.
My point being is that I doubt if that's what it looks like necessarily in the manga, at least 1-to-1. So how it looks in the anime, I wouldn't use that necessarily as justification for the naming convention, especially when
I'm saying that's the closest thing I've been able to find.
Anyways, so as I was saying, Machia is all about following his master. That's all he cares about, is all for one. So, could Shigaraki prove himself to Machia in this fight?
It's also a district in Japan.
You can put the phone away, Gabe.
Just trying to help.
Could Shigaraki prove himself to Machia in this fight?
I feel like Gigantomachia is just gonna interrupt it anyways.
I don't think Shigaraki.
I literally think he's going to bitch slap Redestro and then focus on Shigaraki.
I kind of don't want that to happen, honestly.
It would really downplay Redestro if he just got bitch slapped.
This is Gigantomachia.
I know. It is Machia, and I'm sure that he probably could do that. But I do want it to be Shigaraki versus Redestro. Joe?
Well, we know that Redestro is obviously not gonna be the main focus of what's ever gonna happen in the future. Well, I mean, like in the fight, because he's still alive today.
Mm-hmm.
Although I guess to be fair, we don't actually know if that's not a Twice clone. Because that was Skeptic's plan. That's why he wanted Twice so badly. It's because even if Redestro died, they would still be able to have Redestro. They would still be able to have a Destro. So we may have been looking at this kind of wrong. It could be they do kill Redestro, but when the dust settles,
they just puppeteer the entirety of the MLF by just saying that the killing Redestro.
You mean the MILF army? Say it. Yeah. Say what it is, Joe.
I don't know.
The only issue is that we have kind of established that clones have memories and personalities of the original copy.
They don't have a time limit, do they?
The clones? No, I don't think so. Well, I think of it this way. Twice thought he was a clone. For, at the very least, even if this happened a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
And he never was once worried he never was once going around going, "Oh, my time's almost up. Am I gonna disappear?" And that he, it seems.
I was just checking.
But we also everybody else, all the other Team MILF admins have had support items, and if Redestro is the leader of Detronat, he's the president of Detronat, then he must he's like Syndrome. I kept the best stuff for myself. What gear does he have, and is it gonna matter?
I mean, I honestly don't think he has any on him. I don't think he needs any necessarily. I would say that he probably has the best combat quirk.
What if? Sorry to interrupt. Continue.
I was just gonna say another thing is I don't think he has anything to fit on his person.
Well, what if he has his support items are stress stimulizers? So like it's like literally in his brain, and it just goes, "Sorry, bro, your fight or flight is going into overdrive now. I'm stressing you out." Like it's like pushing in like feels bad chemicals. Like,
Feels bad chemical.
or it's like shocking him in places to stress him. Like it's not so much as an outward.
I doubt it. I don't think he has any support items.
I really
think
think
he
he has to, especially if he's the president of Detonat.
I just don't think he needs any.
I
I think that's my thing. I don't think he needs any. But I'm pretty dead set that I honestly couldn't tell you my thoughts on how I think the fight's gonna go, because Gigantomachia really throws like a monkey wrench in there. But all I know is I
Giant
think
monkey
that,
wrench, a gorilla wrench.
all I know is I think that Redestro. I don't think Redestro's gonna die. I think he is going to surrender though to Shigaraki.
Why?
I mean, the fight isn't exactly going in their favor.
True, but do you
And
think that Redestro is the, would he not try and just die for the cause, or?
I mean, again, I'm confident that the League of Villains is going to manipulate the MILF army. That they're still going to allow them. I think they're going to allow them to. Actually, no. I think they're still going to allow them to hold on to what they're doing and push their ideals, and use them as a front and work in the shadows behind them and control them to help them do what they want. But I think that they're way too valuable to just downright get rid of and kill. Because it's like if you kill Redestro, it's like, oh, the whole army would disband. Because like he's the whole reason that they're
linchpin.
together.
But again, they could circumvent that with twice.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case though. I think he is going to surrender.
Okay. What do you
I think
think,
he'll
Joe?
surrender to keep the cause alive, rather than die for it.
Yeah. What do you think, Joe?
I was just looking at the freeze frame again of Gigantomachia running through those buildings. Holy fuck, he's enormous.
What time slot is that?
I'm at 11:46. Dude, it's like a Godzilla kaiju.
Guys, yeah, he's ginormous.
He's amped up for a fight.
Seeing big Redestro use a cell phone is funny.
It is. He held it like kind of like a.
You'd think he'd just have like an earpiece or something.
Yeah.
Also, where is Skeptic? He really was trying to dip.
He literally got in the elevator and left. He was like, "Oh my god, I failed. Oh my god."
No, he was like, "Oh my god, I didn't fail. Oh my god, stop, I didn't fail." Anyways, Uber.
Like, is he just in the city? Where the like?
He might have actually have just been trying to go find Twice himself.
Maybe. But he didn't say that though. He just literally got up in the elevator, and then that was the end of that scene. And then it literally, this is the only time we've seen him since that. So it's just like, bro, where did you go?
Did we see? I can't remember. Did we see any of Genten and Dabi this?
No, they mentioned Genten.
They mentioned,
but we got no Genten Dabi stuff. We got Spinner stuff.
We did get Spinner stuff, and I think Spinner's gonna kill Trumpet, Hanna-Barbera.
Oh yeah, I think for sure. I think Skeptic might be one of the only people in the group to survive.
The only admin to survive.
Dabi's gonna kill Genten. Spinner's gonna kill Trumpet. Toga killed Curious. I'm sure that there's more people in the group that aren't there. But
all right, so let's now go more into the Shiggy flashback.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so there's I brought this up in the previous video, but I think it's very interesting the kind of duality or dynamic they're making between young Shigaraki and Midoriya.
mm-hmm.
It's very much they both wanted to be heroes,
both told that they couldn't be, but under different circumstances.
Yes, and
Midoriya didn't have a choice in it. Tomura wanted to be one, but he was told he couldn't be because of his grandma and the relationship between his grandma and his dad.
Now, his quirk also hadn't manifested until very, very late.
Because because quirks manifest in during infancy, and his manifested in early childhood.
The latest they show up is around 4 to 5 years old. So if you're developing your quirk in preschool or like kindergarten at the latest, I think is
because early childhood. Because we're actually talking about developmental psychology and infancy. There's technically two levels of infancy. There's infancy 18 months, or like birth to like 18 to 24 months. And there's infancy from like 2 to 3 years old. And then early childhood begins in like first grade, around 4 or 5 years old.
That's when you gain.
So,
first grade. Or
that's
like
what early childhood.
That's like 6 or 7 years old.
What do you mean? I was in first grade when I was 5.
What?
Yes.
You were in kindergarten when you were 5.
Was I?
Yeah.
Well, he could have been one of those like weirdos.
I know I was a year late.
I mean, you're older than everybody.
Yeah, I know. I went to school later. I went 1 year later, but
I mean,
that's
that
just
make you older.
Early childhood just
that make you
begins
older.
at like first grade. So it does make sense that quirks normally would manifest around 2 to 3 years old, but his did. I really like seeing that. I like seeing the two sides of the same coin between Midoriya and Shigaraki. It's just like, I don't know, it keeps pushing these guys are the protagonist, antagonist. I love the dynamic of it. And it's like they're the same. They have similar stories, And I love it. I love to see it.
It was more Shigaraki's and you could say how much of this is nature versus nurture, because
this was 100%.
He had like the itching and stuff before he even manifested the quirk, but you could still very much easily say that that's just because of the environment he was in. Like, he was itchy because
the stress. Because we also saw the stress of his hair. This was I would say the majority of it was nurture. Because he was suppressing. It was probably due to his dad that his quirk manifested late.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to hold it back, because he's like, oh, my dad doesn't want me to be a hero. I can't let subconsciously.
You can't show it
he was
off.
telling
You're
him
gonna get in trouble.
He was telling him not to do it, and then it wasn't until it finally boiled over that his quirk finally manifested. I'm sure that. I'm sure
learned how I got that scar.
Yeah, from his dad.
No, he did it to himself.
Oh, I thought it was from
No, it hit him in the cheek. No, he scratched himself.
After he had killed Hannah.
Also, there's the more hair color change from stress continued, because we had Toya, because his hair was black and then it turned white, and then we have it was red and then it turned white, and now we had Tomura, whose hair was black
stress?
and now it turned teal. That's what everybody was saying, that his hair color changed from stress.
I don't remember they were saying that. I thought it was
all the comments were saying that his hair color changed from stress to white.
I don't.
And then we have look back in the comments, dude.
I thought it was just a natural thing.
People were saying it was kind of a split between people saying that it was a animation error, but a lot of people were also saying that it was due to stress.
Well, it was an animation error. It was the explanation for why there's going to be a discrepancy that was being debated. So that there was an animation error. That's just what it was. But it was the explanation that was being debated.
Well, I mean, because if that is true, then I guess that could also make sense with this case, because his hair literally in the span of a minute changed from black to teal white. But
it's funny to think that both of the mutants that we've seen so far have killed their families.
Yep. Or at least killed some of their family.
Dude, I'm sorry. I loved seeing
Mom Nana.
Tomura freak. No, I loved seeing Tomura freak out. Just like him.
The sheer
It was
utter
just
despair.
so. It was just so well done.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like he was breaking down. He was crying. He didn't understand what was going on.
He thought it was a villain. He didn't even think it was him. At least at first.
It wasn't until after he killed his sister that he realized what was happening, and he kept going.
And even then, it may have just been like he may not like fully have like realized it just, or like the situation and how everything going on, like he knew, but he didn't quite like really know yet because of just how traumatizing everything was at the time.
I don't know. I don't know the timestamp, but like when his sister's like walking towards him, or I think he's like running away from him, and he's just standing there, he's like,
like he can't speak. I'm watching.
Yeah,
it right now.
it as tragic as it was, it was oddly beautiful. I don't know.
Beautiful in its tragedy.
Yeah, it was just I loved it so much.
I'm just trying to find when his hair does turn white.
It makes you feel for him.
I mean, well, yeah, absolutely. Watching somebody just trying to seek comfort, kill his entire family, and then murder his. So his hair turns teal as soon as he really activates his quirk.
It almost sounded like his body was changing because like you could hear like the as he was like.
His eyes also turned red.
Yeah, like it looked like his body was fucking.
Ares' eyes are
mutating.
Red, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
so maybe red eyes
mutation.
are.
Red eyes, white hair is the like.
Is with mutations.
Yeah. Because right now it's still dark teal.
What color were his eyes before they changed?
Not red.
Black. They were like Nana's and Hannah's.
Well,
and literally
it looks
everybody
like his
else
eyes
in the family.
were blue there. But I'm just gonna wait till he murks his dad to see. He's also losing hair.
Aerie does have
he's tearing it out.
Yeah, they have the exact same color hair as well.
Then
it's like tealish hair.
Then we get Kotaru's anti-feat, where he can't knock out a kid.
Fucking native tier.
Native
Kotaru's native tier. Can't knock out a 5-year-old. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I had a stick. I'd knock the shit out of a 5-year-old.
5-year-old? Are you kidding me? Fucking one shot easy. I'm fucking 5-year-old tier for sure.
Exactly. I think we're all at least 5-year-old tier here.
You know, I'm pretty confident I could one shot a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
That's got to put me in order of magnitude above Kotaro.
You know what? Let's raise the stakes. Give me a 12-year-old.
And just the face
I want
he
them
makes,
dirty.
just the face Shiggy makes when he wraps his hands around his father's face.
Yeah, he's just like he wanted to kill his dad.
Dude, I do like it though, how right when we get the Tenko Shimura origin, it's almost the same. It's like when we got the original Deku City, and it's just him laughing amidst all the rubble and dust.
Yep. So now that he's unlocking these memories, do you think he'll continue to wear the hands?
I mean, the hands aren't they like scattered and like fucked up now?
Still, like, let's say he's able to recover.
He'll probably bring them back to the doctor and be like, "Hey, fix these."
And do you think having these memories unlocked will change anything about him?
Well, honestly, I feel like he won't need the hands anymore because I'm like,
he'll have the memories. He'll have.
Because we see that in the intro is like him like.
Yeah, he's holding the hands. Yeah.
And then also like destroying it too, because you see him.
That could be the hands of his father.
Because like his sister was the only one that he truly loved, and the dog. Well,
he loved all of them except for his dad, but the issue he had with all of them is that every time his father went out of line, they all just watched.
He said that he was saying that he hated them for what they did and why they didn't help him.
Yeah, but that includes Hannah, because remember, Hannah ratted him out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or she did.
She did.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because he was in the study.
Uh-huh.
What a bitch. She deserved to die.
So he loved, like, and you can absolutely see that his mom loved him more than anything else, because she was already, like, in pieces, and she was still running to try and get her son. And, you know, she disintegrates completely right before.
What was her name? Did we get her name?
I'm sure we got it.
I think she's like A tier, B tier. I think she's somewhere between A and B tier waifu.
I don't know.
Good looking, caring. Loving,
not really into dustpans. But
yeah, I think her death makes her native too.
And then, okay, so do you think that, like, the father kind of knew that he was kind of stepping over the line?
I think, yeah.
You see that regret.
Yeah, but was that, like, was that after the slap? Or was that, like, were there already points in time at, like, when he was alone that he, like, you know, he would question the things that he did and stuff? Or was it only after he struck his kid? Which, by the way, don't do that. He'll kill you. That he.
I thought you were saying just don't strike your kid in general, not just don't strike this kid.
Yeah.
If your kid doesn't have the ability to kill you, beat the fuck out of him. Exploit that.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it was like with Endeavor that we never saw it. I'm sure there were moments when Endeavor was alone that we never saw, that he would think about, is this the right thing to do? And then he would tell himself, yeah, no, this is the right thing to do. I'm sure that we never saw any, but I'm sure he had some moments where it's like, am I doing the right thing? Yes, I am doing the right thing. And it wasn't until he crossed the line that he realized, no, this was all wrong. And it wasn't until that point, or it was, you know, that point was when it was too late.
Yep.
It wasn't until he finally realized what he was doing. It's like with Endeavor. It wasn't until he realized what he was doing was wrong that it was too late, that he had turned his family against him.
Well, I mean, it was kind of
The more I think about it, I realize that Shigaraki is just a one piece of Shisaki.
What?
Like, he gets half of Overhaul's
He gets half
quirk.
of Shisaki's, Overhaul's quirk.
They basically have, they just, whatever he touches, he disintegrates.
It's
It's just
Overhaul
gone.
has the ability to go, reverse!
Reverse!
Yeah, Overhaul is Andrew WK. He's destroy, build, destroy. Shiggy is you better be ready to die. They're both Andrew WK. It's just which Andrew WK are they?
Different personas.
Yeah. Which Andrew WK are you? Comments like. Are you promoting the Ben 10 live action movie Andrew WK, or are you the Game Awards Andrew WK? Like, but yeah, so it is, you know, obvious, and of course, like, looking back at it and going, your childhood was a tragedy and this horrifying event happened to you when it shouldn't have, doesn't immediately absolve him.
It's a comedy.
Yeah. Doesn't immediately absolve Shigaraki of all the
horrible shit that he's done. Yeah, there's no justification for it.
But it's that understanding. It's that this is where things went wrong. Here's how things could have been different. And that kind of is a theme with the whole league. Like, every backstory we've gotten from the league, it's, man, if only they had gotten help, or if only they were, you know,
like Toga, Dabi, who's Toya.
Which, hold on,
Shigaraki,
technically for sure.
Like like with Toga, it was a biological circumstance that she could not control. With Dabi, it was Endeavor. Because, oh my god, yes, Dabi is Toya.
It was just, you know, an 8-carat string of bad luck. You know?
Yeah. We still don't have anything on, like, Compress and Spinner. We did get, like, a little bit of, like a flashback, kind of, with Spinner. Like, did Spinner used to be, like, a normal dude?
Well, no, he still looked like Lizard Man. It's just, he seemed, you know, he was in a dark room watching Stain, like, probably lived
Well,
alone.
he said he was just an outcast, but you know that.
I know. I didn't. Because when I looked at
Resident
his silhouette, it didn't look like he had like a lizard body.
No, he had lizard hands.
I wonder how much persecution of like non-human quirk users there still are. There still is, because I know there was.
Like, oh my god, you look like your head's a fucking chair.
Oh, guys, the police chief is a bloodhound.
No, I mean, like obviously,
And, there's a detective that's
it's
a cat.
better.
Yeah.
It's obviously a lot better because we know for a
Action.
fact that there used to be a lot of things like that. You know, like when quirks were first starting off, like what does it mean to be human? Like with how many people were changing and stuff. It's
I
obviously
mean,
better.
I'm
But, like, how
pretty
much-
positive that a guy that manifested themselves as a fucking glue bottle, I'd be like, okay, stay away from me.
All right, Elms.
Like if fucking Flammo came up to me, I'd be like, nah, dude.
you'd be like,
that's-
whoa, fuck.
So, so should just what the fuck?
Lost Joe. And it's also like, is it?
Joe, you good?
People are finally gonna see your like profile picture now.
What?
Your camera's
You're
off,
fucking
bro.
disconnected. Your cam.
Yeah. No, you guys froze. I'm like, oh great. So now I gotta.
No, I'm saying people are finally gonna get to see what your
maybe
profile
it's
picture
like
looks
maybe it's worse in rural areas than like urban.
Oh yeah.
But like what
So,
what was it
maybe-
about
maybe-
Stain that Spinner identified so heavily with?
Well, people probably back then specifically said, "Oh, you have to look like this to be a hero. You can't." If you look like, say, someone like Spinner, if you look like a monster or you look like a creature, or you look like this, you look like that, you can't be a hero. A hero is a normal person and they're strong. And Stain and, Spinner probably was told, you can't be a hero. Like the majority of people who have quirks, they want to be heroes. And the majority of villains, he was probably told that he could not be a hero. And he saw Stain, who saw the flaws in hero society, and he probably clamored to that and was like, yeah, no, this makes sense. Society did this to me. This is wrong. And I think that's what it is. That makes sense to me.
So it, at any rate, it's very understandable why the League identifies with themselves so much. Because while they may none of them may even know, they all kind of have this shared, history of, tragic circumstance that have kind of put themselves on this track.
They can all empathize
whether they care about that or not. It's still what has happened to them.
They can all empathize with one another.
So Joe, last episode, we went over the resources of the heroes and the villains. Because, it was the Twice episode, and we were all like, yep, the heroes are fucked. And so our list for the villains was the Doctor, Ujiko. We lowballed it as much as we could and said 11 high ends. Boosted all for one Shiggy.
Forget Johnny.
Johnny, yep, hold on.
We did forget Johnny.
Johnny with the fresh hats.
Leave her, Johnny, leave her.
Are you wearing flip flops?
For your
Maybe.
kicks are pumped. We're gonna beat those chumps, and it's time for us to leave her.
Leave her.
So we,
Leave her,
Gigantomachia, Twice, Infinite Twices, and therefore, remember now, all of their resources on this list are now infinite.
Jesus, why is there like the power of God on like the right side of my camera? What the
Oh
fuck?
god, that light.
Overexposure,
is powerful.
my guy.
That light is powerful.
MILF, Quirk destroying bullets, which he can't replicate, but Ujiko probably can. Detronat and their support items, Feel Good Ink and their satellites. 100,000 soldiers, because I'm going to assume at least 10,000 have died here.
That's safe.
Will die.
Will die. The League of Villains, because I didn't want to bother writing out all of them. Traitor heroes, like Slide and Go. Slide and Go himself, the greatest resource. Now, Trumpet and Johnny. Now, we don't necessarily know if Trumpet's going to stay, but if he dies, I'll cross him out. Then, on the heroes side, we have Hero Society, Endeavor, the military/government, Deku, the rest of the UA students, Hawks on the inside, pro heroes in general, and Airy.
It's a bit stacked against the heroes.
Yeah, like...
Just a little bit.
Like, why am I foreseeing a Days of Future Past kind of scenario where it's just like, now we
just
got
like a bunch of titans coming around killing
Gabe, stop
heroes.
deep-throating your fucking
Yeah,
mind.
I'm right here.
You're just Jesus Christ.
I'm not even. I'm just
Alright.
back here.
I don't know, this makes me think though back to remember when Hawks purposely stopped them from being able to show like their abilities in catching the one glass guy.
yeah.
And then the villains didn't look like they got that much stronger. Like we're like, ho ho ho, yeah, they got so much stronger.
Like, do they even know
Wow.
about Black Whip? I don't think they would. They probably don't know about Black Whip.
They.
And
Yeah,
could
why would they?
Shiggy
Like that changes anything.
could Shiggy decay Black Whip?
Is it
Can
like
he
something?
decay energy?
I guess
No.
no,
Because
considering he
Black
got
Whip
bitch
is
slapped by energy.
Black Whip is like it's a physical thing. Like it's a physical thing. We don't know if other people can touch it, but we know it can touch at least materials and non-living things. And I'm sure it could touch living things. So I don't
like
see.
energy.
Well, Black Whip can touch living things. We've seen it grab people.
I thought we saw it grab cars.
We did see it grab cars, but remember how people were dodging out of the way from Black Whip and Uraraka got hit by Black Whip tendrils?
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sure that if Shigaraki were to disintegrate one of them, they would just come back.
So he can get rid of them, but it wouldn't necessarily be too much of a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which makes sense. And then, yeah, it's absolutely stacked to the villain's favor. So Joe,
Like,
Gabe and I talked
just-
about this for a bit last episode, but do you see any scenario, no matter like as the best scenario you can see, do you see any scenario in 4 months our heroes coming out on top?
Unless Midori decides to become a fully realized user. One
Yeah,
for
if
all.
Midoriya can master
No.
the Avatar state by then, maybe, but like,
Mhm.
No. Society's mega fucked.
then yeah,
Yeah,
then
That's what.
then
I'm
Joe,
so ready
lay
for
down
season
the
6 then.
then Joe, lay
Oh,
down the
God.
best scenario. What's the best scenario?
Midoriya gets to live.
I would say the best scenario is that they rally all of Hero Society to form their own army, and it's an army versus army battle.
We just get a Days of Future Past moment.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Go kill Tenko as a kid.
yeah. Eri, we need you to
Midoriya,
rewind.
go back in time.
We need you to
Come here,
rewind this
child.
guy into his previous body.
Midoriya, we need you to go back in time to kill Tomura.
I'll finish what fucking Kotaro started.
Bo, 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 bo.
The fucking Watcher. In this universe, Kotaro was not able to one-shot a 5-year-old. This changed everything.
What if my hero?
What if Kotaro didn't have a limp dick wrist and was able to one-shot his son?
Yeah, so I would say the best case scenario, it's an army versus army situation, and all of Hero Society in Japan is rallied, and they fight against all of villain society in Japan.
Honestly, I think that might be. I think that might be a little too optimistic.
You asked for best case. That's
I
best
did.
case.
I know, but still, I think that for best case scenario, I think that might be a little too optimistic.
That's why it's called the best case, because it's probably not going to happen.
Well, no. I mean, like,
No, he's saying what probably is not gonna happen is definitely not gonna happen. So we gotta shoot for like nothing.
yeah, you gotta like, oh lord, I think they put up a good fight, and maybe they like. They fuck things up on the villain side enough to the point where they gotta be like, well, hold on. But there's still, the villains are still definitely in the position of favor.
Mhm.
And I think at least in Japan, I think there's gonna be a serious collapse in social structure. At least in terms of like hero society.
I mean, even just with Gigantomachia, like I don't see what heroes are gonna do anything to him.
Like if we had like a
We
tag team of the
literally-
top 10s and Midoriya and like the heaviest hitters we can come up with. And
But like,
Unless
how many
there's
of-
another All Might sitting around in another country that we just don't know about, then
Like-
we're fucked.
like his pure stamina ability to just be able to fight for like how long as
45
he does,
hours.
and to take the hits that he does.
He fights for
Like-
45 hours continuously and then rests for 3.
Yeah, I'm like normal human can fight for what, like
2 minutes. So further.
and even less for contact
Fighting
against
is
Gigantomachia.
fucking tiring.
No, it was so funny, dude. I was in my military history class, and we're talking about like, I know this is off topic, but it's kind of funny. Greek phalanxes, right, in society, and he asked people like, how long do you think these battles lasted? And one kid was like, 15 minutes, and I'm like, I'm like, give it like 30 seconds, and then everybody's winded and like, all right, let's go home.
We did it. Enemy routed. Did they actually tell you how long those battles lasted?
They'd last like probably a minute to 2 minutes.
Like big battles or like.
Well, I was like a fair amount of people, because when
A
Greek
couple
phalanxes,
hundred
like
people.
everybody are just farmers, right?
Yeah,
Like, they're
this,
just
this was
farmers.
this was well before the fully regulated military and battle strategy.
They're like paid conscription army. Like these guys literally just got off their ass, off the farm, grabbed their family shield and their spear, and they're like, let's go fuck people up.
Yeah, it was like bowling night for them. They were like,
Yeah, I know, they're like little. Maybe that's what Nico wanted all along. He wanted a Greek phalanx. He didn't want to go bowling.
Yeah. Hey Nico, it's your cousin. Let's go attack other Greek city-states.
It happens.
But like we were talking about, like I think that like we're gonna get to like things are going to be like really fucking bad, and to the point where like Aizawa, like Nezu might go to Aizawa and be like, "Yo, get the kids, hide them." Like you like kind
That's
of.
what I'm saying. Like, it's literally gonna be an underground, like, hero society now. Like, they're
Yeah.
gonna just go under, and
Rhett
they're gonna
and
be
me-
vigilantes.
Mhm.
Rhett and me talked about how like all of Japan's gonna be fucked up, and
Right.
Tartarus is gonna be like the last holdout stronghold for heroes.
Well, we said Tartarus and UA, like these places would be like.
Oh no, I think UA is gonna get fucked up. I think UA is gonna get destroyed by Gigantomachia. I've been
I feel
saying
like
that I've been
UA
saying
would
that for
be
2 years.
a good message to just begin a collapse of hero society, and
Yeah.
then what that would do to like the news press and everything. Like, UA is gone.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
imagine Shiggy just walking up and doing like a death wave over it, and just
Mhm.
crumble.
UA is
gone.
going to be destroyed. I have been saying it for 2 years. It's gonna happen.
Gabe, when it's like it had turned out to be the last beacon of hope and the final building standing.
No, it's gonna be like, you know, like Bakugo is like gonna miss an AP shot and it's gonna like hit a corner of UA and crumble it, and Gabe's gonna be like, I told you! Like, I called it! I fucking called it!
It's gonna be exactly like Endgame, where we guessed like the people who are gonna get dusted the exact wrong. Like how I
I
said
literally
Rocket,
guessed everybody.
Rocket was gonna be the only one.
That was hilarious.
No one, no, you guys don't fucking understand. Literally, when Endgame came, or when Infinity War was happening, I was like, we were all trying to think, oh, who's gonna, you know, get snapped, who's gonna live and die. Literally, every single person that I thought was going to live died.
And every person you thought was going to
And
live.
everybody that I thought was going to die lived. Literally, it sucked. I was like, you know what? It makes most sense for. I think I said like Black Panther was gonna live and Doctor Strange was gonna live, and like fucking I said everybody but I think fucking Groot.
No, you
or
said everybody but Rocket.
You said
Everybody but
Rocket was gonna live.
die or was gonna live, but then everybody lived except for
Rocket, that was
died
hilarious.
except for Liv.
So, Gabe.
I was.
Okay, you know what? Hold on. We can do the
it was
who's
a bad
gonna live
thing.
and die shit at the end of this season and at the beginning of the next one. We can do like our
Yeah,
we can
like,
do a
I feel
tier
like
list.
our
We can do
predictions
going
have,
to
like,
live, going to die.
Our predictions become half and half of season 5, season 6, so we don't need to change anything. We can just kind of keep our
Yeah.
predictions. They'll just continue over. Oh
Uh,
god.
Anything else?
Nah.
Not
I
really.
think that's about it. How many more episodes do we have in this season?
I don't know.
We're on episode.
We're on episode 23, or
23.
111 in total.
Wow. Episode 111.
Wow.
Episode 111. Yes.
Crazy
Thank you so much for watching. That's gonna be it for us. We've been the Custodians. I'm Rhett.
I'm Gabe.
I'm Joe.
And one more time, please like, comment, subscribe, follow us on social medias, and have a good one. plus chaos.
Yeah, he did it. Good
I
job.
remember, merry-go-round,
Merry-go-round.
Already got that.